Fatal Frame, I want to say 5, but I'm not sure. Maiden of Black Water just got re-released for pretty much everything. Got sent a code by a Koei Tecmo gentleman. Thank you, Koei Tecmo guy. It was very nice. That game is not like other Fatal Frame games.
Does it still break your immersion with big combo, flashy, good shot?
Yes, it absolutely does. However, that's not what shattered my immersion. So I don't know if you remember, Wooly, but this was the Fatal Frame game that came out on the Wii U that people got mad that they had cut some of the gravure costumes from it in its Western Wii U release.
I'm vaguely recalling a story like this.
Vaguely recalling. So, I think we took a look at it for Shitstorm for like maybe an hour back in the day, and it was like, didn't remember much about it. This game is less about being spooky, scared of ghosts, and it's a lot more about what if, in a scary situation, some Japanese girls that you dressed up to look cute fell into the water and got real wet.
Are they scary anime titties?
The girls or the ghosts?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So the tutorial has a girl stand up after falling into water for no reason in a white shirt that you can now see through. And I made an offhanded, haha, it's like we're having a ghost wet t-shirt contest. Only for big titty ghosts to also rise out of the water in white robes.
Yeah.
And like all the cutscenes and all the framing is like, what if this cute girl fell into the water and got all wet? Well, Wooly, let me ask you a question. What do you think happens when your scared anime girl falls into the water and gets all wet?
Fear boners.
Close. No, it'll increase your wetness meter,
Oh,
which hangs out in the bottom right of the screen.
Yes.
And your girl's wetness will determine how dangerous ghosts are.
The wetter you are, the scarier the ghosts get.
The ghosts are, yes. And then you finish your mission where you take pictures of the ghosts and you get your ghost shots, and that's the same as it's always been. It's a lot of fun. And then you use your points, and you can use your points on upgrading your camera, or you could buy a cute outfit for your girl. You could.
Can you get outfits that are more wet resistant?
No, but you could put them in a bikini.
Feels like that'd get them even wetter.
It does. And the part that threw me wasn't even that. It was like, okay, this game is clearly somebody likes seeing cute girls getting splashed with water. That's like overt. It's like watching a Tarantino movie and you're like, okay, dude, we get it. We get it about the fucking feet. All right. The part that got me was that when I discovered that you're constantly picking up notes and, reading ghost spooky stuff. And it's about a cursed mountain in which people get spirited away because history, it's ritual of sacrifice.
Yep.
And I discovered that, like, with the exception of maybe 5 out of the 60, 70 notes I picked up, all of them were, oh, man, I'm feeling weird. I wonder if that ghost is affecting me. I'm thinking about committing suicide. And then you'd pick up the next note. It's like, I'm going to go to that next part of town where the sunrise is really nice. And I'm going to commit suicide. And then you find the third note, you're like, I'm at the spot where I'm going to commit suicide. I sure do want to commit suicide. And then the ghost will commit suicide in front of you, and then you'll fight a boss fight against the ghost. And then you'll pick up a note going, I can't believe I'm going to commit suicide, but it'll be much better now after I've committed suicide.
Wait, the ghost commits suicide?
Yes, the ghost commits suicide. And
okay.
And then you're hanging out, and there's the one male player character that you can play with. But don't worry, he's hanging out with the cute girl that wears the tie, so that you're not gay for playing this section. It's okay, the girl's there.
Oh, okay.
And the ghost looks at her and says, you should commit suicide. And she goes, I can't believe I'm going to commit suicide. I'm going to commit suicide. And then you have to fight a boss fight against the ghost so that she doesn't commit suicide. And then right when I was at the limit of my I can't believe you committed suicide levels of notes, I loaded it into a cutscene in which the first two words were suicide, huh? And then I turned it off because I couldn't handle it anymore. It's just like the only way for ghosts to kill people in this setting is that they force themselves to commit suicide. So every note you read is, you know, I suddenly feel like I'm going to commit suicide. Like, that's it. There's no secret. There's no history of the cult. There's no, it's like, boy.
So once
I sure would like to commit suicide right about now.
Once the wet ghosts commit suicide, once the wet t-shirt ghost commits suicide,
they'll make you get wet and commit suicide.
But then does a big text prompt pop up flowery that says, nice shot?
No, that's when they are coming at you and the cursor turns red because they're in the middle of their attack and you hit them and it goes fatal frame because you hit a counter shot and then you get the points because you got the fatal frame.
Pat, I have a serious question.
Ask me your serious question.
Dead serious.
Ask me your dead serious question.
Why is anyone still talking about this franchise?
Fatal Frame 2 is one of the best horror games that ever came out.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Fatal Frame 2 is terrifying.
Okay.
And it is wild that it's terrifying because it still has, like, you shoot a ghost with a camera like a fucking light gun game and it says ghost shot 100 points.
Okay.
It's that good.
Okay. Has anything since that one been good?
No. Well, 3 was like, okay. And 4 was like, okay. And this one seems like bad, but if you're horny for wet ghosts, then, I mean, that'll do it for you for real. That's what it's got.
Because the last time Fatal Frame came up in my periphery was when the movie came out, and all I heard was how annoyed everyone was with the movie.
Yeah, well.
There was a movie, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Some twins jumping really in a well.
Good. 2 is good. That's the answer. 2 is really quite excellent. That's why people talk about Fatal Frames.
Okay. And I guess it sold enough because it was good to keep everything else going.
Yeah.
All
also,
right.
I gotta say, shout out to a noise filter you can't turn off that makes my stream look like absolute garbage when I stream that game, because Twitch and YouTube compression just hate it a lot.
All right. So Fatal Frame 2, Fatal Frame 3, The Tormented, Fatal Frame Mask of Lunar Eclipse, Spirit Camera Cursed Memoir, Project Zero 2 Wii Edition, and then Maiden of Black Water.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one's about getting wet.
Did you get wet?
The meter said I got wet.
Is the wetness, is the detail on the wetness well done?
Oh yeah, all the clothes have a dry version and a
There's
soaked
a
through
yeah.
version.
It's an impressively done. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
100%.
All right. Well, can't say that they didn't, deliver what they promised to.
If you want to think about shooting ghosts with an admittedly very fun camera system and see a bunch of cute girls get wet, you can check out Fatal Frame Made in Blackwater. That's what that game's about. That's what's up with that shit.